Hello, it's Joe Hyde, San Angelo Live, out here at beautiful Mathis Field in front of Ranger Aviation. I'm with Kevin Long, who just was awarded a big plaque with a lot of words on it for being an outstanding air traffic controller. Kevin, you work in the control tower at Mathis. You have for many years.
2.5 years.
2.5 years. How do you get up those stairs every day? Do you like throw that into your daily exercise?
You count the steps.
You count the steps.
Count the steps.
And if you're not familiar, I don't think they have an elevator or anything.
No.
You got to walk up a lot of flights.
Six flights.
6 flights of stairs to get up to the top of the control tower. Well, you've watched Mathis Field grow a little bit.
I have.
And, you know, back in the day, I'm a pilot. I used to be able to come in, it's empty, and I just say, I like to do a straight in to runway 27.
Yeah.
Y'all don't let me do that anymore.
Well, it depends on what's going on, and something's usually going on.
Yeah, there's always something going
Yeah.
on. You have a very busy traffic pattern from Angelo State University's
Yeah.
flying training program, and then you also have a lot of birds come up from Laughlin Air Force Base.
Right.
So, have you ever had any close calls?
Well, not in the tower.
Not in the tower?
There's no such thing as a close call in the tower. There is, but you know, you just gotta watch and make sure that everybody's doing what you anticipate that they're doing and that they're supposed to do. And if somebody does something that is gonna mess up your pattern, you correct them.
Right.
And you gotta watch. And there have been planes turning into each other, and you catch it and say, hey, don't turn to the right or whatever, and get them away from each other.
So what are your thoughts on the controversy? The only controversy at the airport I know of right now is, should we close runway 927?
It should stay open.
It should stay open.
There are times in the spring that we have winds 30 knots out of the east, and they need that runway.
Right. So if you're not familiar, we have 3 runways here at Mathis. We have runway 3, runway 36, and runway 9. And runway 9 and 27, because you know they name it after the direction you're going, is kind of like the black sheep of the runways.
Yeah.
And they've decided not to repave it or anything. So that puts a lot of us little bitty airplanes, the little single engine airplanes, which are probably pretty vulnerable. Actually, small twins are pretty vulnerable to crosswinds. And so I think for safety, we ought to keep the thing open. That's what I've been advocating for it. But what did you get the award for?
Well, RVA has 103 towers across the country.
Okay.
And each facility can put in for a controller of the year, and your manager writes up the nomination and all that. I had several things on my nomination. Working with the Royal Canadian Air Force was one of them.
Right. If you're not familiar with that, those are the blue T6 looking airplanes. They're actually called Harvards. They come out here about twice a year from Moose Jaw. From Moose Jaw, Canada, because it's too cold to fly up in Canada. So they come down here and do their flight training, which is good for us because they buy lots of fuel.
Yeah.
So,
and hotel, restaurants.
Yes, everything.
It's good for the economy.
Yeah.
And plus, they get all their training. They get more training done here in 2 weeks than they can a month up in Canada.
Right.
So,
and that's because of the weather.
It's because of the weather.
And the fact that runway 9 is still open.
They won't use that. But that, and we had some trainees that we had taken through the program and got them checked out. And,
so trainees for air traffic control?
Right, in the tower.
Okay.
And communicating with the instructor pilots at ASU. That's pretty big. We like to keep a relationship with everybody that flies around here, period. But with them, it's a little different because they're training students.
And they fly a lot.
Right. So whenever they fly a lot like that, it's they have to be on top of their game with their students because we can't have mistakes.
Right.
Because there's too many airplanes.
And so this company is called
RVA, Robinson Aviation.
Robinson Aviation, and what they are, they're a subcontractor or a contractor to the FAA to provide air traffic controllers for these airports.
Right. And I retired from the FAA after 21 years, and then came here and got a job here.
And this is all ex-military, ex-FAA guys who are working for them. Yeah.
I'm the only ex-FAA. There's 5 of us. Everybody else is just ex-military. I'm ex-military and FAA. So.
Gotcha. Where were you stationed in the military?
I was at Clark, Vance, Seymour Johnson, Osan, and Wichita or Shepherd.
So Vance and Shepherd are probably pretty busy airports.
Yeah.
How does Mathis compare?
Well, I worked radar.
Did you?
At those facilities, yeah.
And when he works radar, that's where you get passed off to right after you take off.
Right.
Radar.
Right.
So, but it was pretty busy.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to keep people in their
Yeah,
areas.
I think normally those training bases with at the time I had T-37s and T-38s. They did 400 sorties a day.
Yeah.
Which is a lot.
How many sorties a day do you think we're doing here at Mathis?
You look at the schedule just for ASU. I would say maybe 40 or 50.
That's pretty significant for a small country airport.
Yeah.
40 fit just for ASU,
Yeah.
and then you have probably another 24 that are business aviation
Yeah.
or general
Absolutely.
aviation.
And you can look at out here.
Yeah.
We got
Hey.
citations, King Airs, Beach 1900 there.
And a T-45.
Yeah.
You know, a T-45 flies just like a Toyota.
Does it?
It does. It's real tight.
Okay.
Anyway. Kevin, thank
Never
you.
flown one.
You never flown one?
No.
You ought to go ask him. See if you get a ride.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is Kevin Long. He's the air traffic controller of the year here at Mathis Field. I'm Joe Hyde. Now back to the studio.